Everyone, now we're going to be tackling scenario 21, hoping for a similar outcome. Everything was put back correctly. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little bit of shopping. We did our city event. I've already placed the scenario, but obviously I'm not buying based off what's for the scenario. I'm just buying what's good for the campaign in general. So we also forgot. I realized to get our check marks last time. Not that those will change anything right now, but we did get a check mark on the Voidwarden. Sadly, none on the Red Guard, and a check mark on the Hatchet. So yeah. Our max HP should also have changed on Hatchet, which I think it didn't do, so we should be 11 now. Okay. So Hatchet has 43 gold, and we're still at -1 discount, so this is going to cost us 19. So from 43, we go to 24, because we're going to buy a stun powder. The consideration here, there's sort of 3 reasonable choices for Hatchet, which is, actually 4 even, because the healing potion is never bad. Which is a minor power potion. This would really just be good for disorienting barrage. It's sort of okay with ricochet. And then there's the minor mana potion and a stun powder. Minor mana potion is just good in general for our party, even though it's not really good for Hatchet, but that's also okay, because it's fine to have your other characters have the mana potion for someone else, because then you can sort of all do it in the same round. Although Hatchet can't go super fast, so it's not great. Still, I think I just want the stun powder most. The Red Guard has 1 disarm, and that's it. This Hatchet has no CC at this point. Having some form of reliable CC on Hatchet is going to be really important. So CC by CC I mean crowd control. So we're going to buy a stun powder there, which again isn't going to help us much with this scenario, but is something we want in general. Still holding off buying anything else on the Voidwarden, even though there are items I would buy. Like for example, here I still couldn't afford the head actually, but yeah. All right. So like that we're good. Yeah. There is. I mean, so the other thing, I actually would really like to buy a weighted net on the Hatchet, kind of for the same reasons that I want the Sun Powder. I really like weighted net on range characters who lack CC, or even, like for example, I really like weighted net on a Scoundrel, just because you can turn 1 immobilize something. But we already have a piercing bow, and I don't just want to throw away gold. If I didn't already have a piercing bow, I think I would have bought the weighted net and probably never bought the piercing bow, but we did buy the piercing bow at 1. Obviously, for this scenario, piercing bow can be decent. I mean, at least for killing a flame demon or something like that. Um, Oh, we also got to get a perk on Hatchet. We forgot that, so I need to do that as well when I leveled up there. What was I going to say? But yeah, basically because we're Prosperity 2 now and we can do more enhancements, I don't feel compelled to like waste 19 gold to have like alternating weapons. I think there's nothing wrong with having a piercing bow and a weighted net, and probably we're most likely gonna be stuck in Prosperity 2 for a while. So in that time frame, I can like spend more money on items since I can't do enhancements. But for now, I can do another enhancement. With 24 gold, I certainly can't do it yet, but I think we'll wait a little bit and we'll see. So yeah, no more purchasing there, but let us get our perk. So the first thing I like to do here is to replace some zeros with some better cards. Just I want to kind of get rid of half the zeros before I start going into these. So what are we going to do here? I think it's just going to be this one. As soon as the red guard gets another level, we're going to have a lot of more wound than we want. I mean, I'm not going to really want more wound. It's going to end up being redundant. And we do already have poison from the Voidwarden, although not that frequently. No, I still think I just prefer to have a +2 in my deck. Again, not that Muddle is good, but I just basically treat this as replacing a 0 with a +2, which is certainly a good modifier. Okay, so we get a 0 out of our deck and a +2 into our deck. Alright. Beautiful. Okie doke. This should all be there. So we need to just do our road event quickly, and then we can get to the scenario. Please not a mean one. This is already going to be hard enough. Okay. I think this is a fine one. Sure. Why not? Why not? Alright, so we gain 2 gold each. I mean, whatever. Not going to complain about it. Every little bit helps the Voidwarden and the Red Guard. So close. Okay, so there we go. Alright. So let's take a look. So there are no special rules yet. The goal for the scenario is to kill the Prime Demon. And we'll read the special rules for killing the Prime Demon when we open. It's annoying because it doesn't place the objective things on here. Otherwise, you can just look here. But when we open this door or this door is when we read the only special rules that we'll have introduced for the scenario. There's no starting special rules, like no negative effects. And yeah. All right, battle goals. Mr. Battle Goals. Okay. Gain 7 or fewer experience points, gain 13 or more experience points. That's rough. I don't know that we'll do either of these. I mean, this is 2 check marks, but I don't care that much about check marks. Last scenario, how much did I gain? But 23 is not accurate. I think I gained 13 actually. I'm pretty sure it was 10 for the scenario level. Yeah, so I gained 13 exactly. But last scenario was definitely longer than this one will be, so I'm less likely to gain that much here. Although a shorter scenario also means more losses. Last time I took this, I failed it. I think I'm going to take this again though. I think it's more likely that I manage to do that than to do 13 on the scenario. I think most likely I do neither of them, unfortunately. But that's fair. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted or kill an undamaged monster with a single attack. Well, probably more likely that none of our allies become exhausted. Although, on a boss scenario, you never know. It certainly can happen. Um, but one-shotting an enemy doesn't seem very likely for us. Kill 3 or fewer monsters, or have 1 or more monsters present every turn. Alright, well, I don't think that I'll kill 3 or fewer monsters. I mean, I guess last time we had to try to kill 5, and here there's definitely a need to kill less things, so we'll see. I don't think we're going to have a monster present at all times, though. That would really be kind of insane here. Alright, let's set up our hand for this scenario then. Shall we? Well, where are you? Double throw! So, double throw is going to be difficult. God, it's really annoying that it doesn't place the letters. Can I place them myself? A, B, C, or maybe it'll place them once we, but these should actually, I think, all be placed now. But so the altar also should be placed. So they've mostly got the rules as written, correct? They just don't have it perfect, but whatever. It's a small thing. All right. So the altar should at least be placed here. I think these letters, yeah, no, the letters actually would be placed. We've actually, in rooms we haven't seen yet. I'm actually not sure. Objective tokens are placed. I guess the letters aren't actually objective tokens, so the altar would be placed. Well, anyway. Um. So, but I know that. So yeah, the altar is here and it's here. So the question is, all right, here's the problem because the altar in this scenario, the altar is going to jump around. Is how the scenario is going to work. The scenario is going to be a good one to watch. Yeah, this is a tough one. It is a fun one, tough and fun, which I appreciate. So altar's going to start here. We're going to go into it like this, right? We're going to go here then. This is really hard. How we make this work? Ugh. I don't know how we're ever gonna make double throw work. I guess we can try to get it when it goes from like here to here. If we're in either of these spots, I guess here, even if it jumps to there, we'd be fine. Yeah. The problem is the initiative on the double throw turn, right? I think it's still worth bringing it, although I acknowledge that there's gonna be some difficulties. Okay, so what are we cutting for this scenario? I think I want this for initiative anyway. I guess maybe. I definitely don't need disorienting barrage, that's for sure. I mean, let's take a look at what's in the first room. Yeah, 2 enemies. Ricochet also seems terrible here. Okay. So this is definitely coming in. I mean, we have to cut a number of cards here, right? We have to cut 2, I guess. So I want this. I guess I don't really need this. It's kind of the thing I need the least. It's probably better to keep Fancy Hat just for the initiative and maybe the bonus attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think that's fine. Don't need to bring any of these other things. No, no, and no. It's fine, I think, to keep this. Yeah, no, we need to keep Power Pitch because we want the top. I don't really care about the wind. It's okay to have it. We've got enough top attacks. Basically, it would be like, should we keep Stopping Power over... There are no traps over Ricochet just because it's a higher damage single target attack, and I think probably not. I think it's fine to keep Ricochet over that. Okay, so here we want... Oh, no, 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 we do not want... Damn! Ugh. Normally I like to bring Precision Strike for boss scenarios on the red guard, but that's not going to be the case here because we can't put negative conditions on the altar. Also, the Shield Spikes build is going to be a lot worse on a boss fight. Not a lot we can do about that. So do we want to cut some of our shieldy abilities for more attacky abilities? Well, I don't want to cut this. Maybe this? Is the boss immune to disarm? I imagine he is. Yeah, he's immune to everything except Curse and Bane and Brittle. Okay. So this is not great. It's good up until then, though. This obviously we want. This is fine. I mean, this as a bottom attack is also good. We can also do this bottom on the same turn we do the Strangling Chain to do more attacks, which is pretty good. I mean, that can kind of also be accomplished with this, but I think that's fine. Shield Spike is still fine as a bottom heal. So it's basically like, I mean, the thing is I don't have any great cards really to bring in. It's pretty much just like Shield of the Desert or another bottom attack. I don't know. I don't know that any of these cards are really that much better. I mean, maybe just Shield of the Desert as an attack 4 rather than my attack 3s. I don't know. I think this is good enough until we get to the boss, and I can just try to lose it before then. We'll probably get a long rest. Alright, as for the Voidwarden. So we can't poison the altar. That actually makes Gift of the Void much worse. That obviously makes this bad, this bad. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing else we would want to bring here. No, alright. Yeah, this is not going to be easy for any of us. The Voidwarden has limited attacks we can perform on the altar. The only top non-loss attack we have that we can actually do on the altar is Wicked Scratch. And then obviously we have like the Bottom Lure of the Void to do, because we can't do this, which is actually our best attack on the altar. And then this is also not even good because it doesn't poison the altar. Yeah, the Voidwarden's not gonna. I mean, this is going to be a really difficult scenario for this party, even with being able to put character tokens. This party's just not well suited to dealing with this. That's fair. I don't think I agree that I don't think anyone would call it easy. It's going to be really hard though. I think +2. Definitely sure that we shouldn't increase difficulty. I guess let's put it that way. All right. So we can start here, sort of however we want. We'll see. So here, for example, Ricochet is actually just straight up worse than like reviving, like the Tinker or the Scoundrel's attack 2, range 3, target 2s. Chérie, est-ce que tu peux allumer les lumières, s'il te plaît? Merci beaucoup. So we want to set up the favorite, so let's just do that right away. And as usual, we don't really have anything to do in bottom while we do this. It's for this reason that attack 1 on bottom would be so good. Alright, I mean, creating wind doesn't even do anything. I think I'm probably just getting rid of Ricochet. I guess Ricochet, they're going to probably move closer to each other, so I suppose Ricochet can do something next turn. Although not really something I want, but something. I also just don't care about having this, so let's just play that here. Sorry. Get the other light here. Boom. Alright. Get rid of double throw. Oh, yeah, good call. No, you're right. I actually forgot. I forgot that we actually had that. That is a good call. We should get rid of double throw. Okay. C'est du thé? J'en prendrai aussi, s'il te plaît? Merci. C'est gentil. Sorry, just speaking to my wife, who's kind enough to make tea. Made it for herself, but now I'm latching on. Alright, so we definitely want to disarm this. Disarm or stun, but we can't easily stun very early with the Voidwarden, and I also just want to set up Master Influence here, so that's fine. So we'll do this, and we'll go with... Ooh, yeah, that actually works quite well, right? Alright. Oh, do I want curses in my deck afterwards? I mean, I guess... I'm never making an attack myself on the altar, am I? I mean, theoretically, I could be. Whew. Yeah, adding curses to my deck is risky going forward. Is very risky. But it's so good here. And I don't know how many times I would actually make attacks on the altar using my deck. I think most likely I'm going to be using my allies' decks, so I think it doesn't matter too much. So this works pretty well if we go like this. I think, hold on. Yeah, we couldn't start up there. No. Yeah, this works. So what we're going to do with the red guard is we're going to move up and we're going to disarm this before it goes. And then this is going to go, and then late we're going to stun it with the Voidwarden. Hopefully it goes before 83. And it can't go before the red guard goes anyway if we do something like this. I'm not going to set up shield spikes here. I still just kept it as a bottom heal 2 range 2 that creates fire, because obviously the fire is going to be important for Strangling Chain. Yeah, we did bring our other fire producer. We don't have any fire producers that we didn't bring, did we? No. All right. Only had 5 more gold for that enhancement. All right. So what are we moving with? So we want to go early, so I guess we're moving with this. This still provides a little bit of mitigation against the Frost Demon. All right. Let's go. So Sun Demon's doing AoE attack. And you're doing that. Okay, that's fine. It is AoE attack, right? I really should get in the habit of doing this. It's just don't have it for Frosthaven. All right. Ready guards up first. So we're going to do a move to shield oneself. So the base thing that this does is immobilize everything in range 2. So I don't want to go in range 2 of that. There's no reason to get immobilized for nothing. So I'm just going to go to here with the red guard. And then I'm going to create dark and ice. Oh, we actually don't have to curse ourselves. Beautiful. And we're going to, there's no reason not to get next to it, I think. Being next to it just gives me the ability to do like an immobilize attack and then move away next turn or something like that. So yeah. Gotta remember, no allies exhausted. This is kill 3 or fewer. Chad, help me track. And remind me about experience as well. If you can, please. I beg of you. So we make an attack 2. And our deck should be shuffled. 1 second. Sorry. Yes, shy. A small snack. All right. So yes. Oh, this is the last thing to shuffle. There we go. There we go. +0. So we do 1 damage to it, but most significantly we disarm it. All right. Hatchet goes to experience. Activate the favorite. And then we do a default move 2 at the bottom of double throw. No reason not to move into a better spot, because then we can use, I guess we can even move here, because then we can use Fancy Hat next turn if we want to. All right. Frosthaven goes, consumes the ice, actually. That's a bit annoying. I would have preferred to just have that as a random element for the next turn to heal himself. Doesn't actually heal himself and immobilizes everything in range 2. Nothing in range 2, so nothing immobilized. Sundemon goes, loses the disarm, does create light. I guess we got our, no, that's actually not a random element. All right, so the ice is gone. And then the Voidwarden goes, and we're going to consume the dark here, because I think that's definitely worth it not to get a curse. We're going to consume the dark with the bottom of Freeze the Soul, do a stun range 3, curse self, but ignore the curse by consuming the dark. So we stun you, and then we gain 2 experience and set up Master Influence. All right, good first round. Worked out perfectly, so now we don't have to worry about the most dangerous enemy in the room next turn. Although obviously the hard part of the scenario isn't here. I'm going to mute myself quickly every time I take a bite, but I'll still be here, obviously. All right, so our plan here is actually going to be to strangle him, which we can do. I mean, we don't have the fire for it, but that's fine. This is still going to just, I mean, basically we're going to kill the Sun Demon this turn, which is really what we want to be doing. Thank you very much. Which is really what we want to be doing because the Sun Demon is just the most dangerous enemy in the room. Yeah, we go first this way. So we can do the top of Strangling Chain. It's only going to be 1 damage Strangling Chain instead of a 2 damage Strangling Chain, but that's fine. We're going to get to do this, and then this, so we get 2 attacks ourselves, so this will already benefit from the Strangling Chain, plus the light, and then a Wicked Scratch gifted attack, and then also a Center Mass attack. With Fancy Hat, I guess, instead of using Fancy Hat here, I should do this. Either way, I'm adding 1 damage, but if I go like this, then I'll actually get to add a damage with the wind, because then we can consume the wind with Master Influence on the Wicked Scratch attack, because otherwise we don't have an element to consume for the Wicked Scratch attack. And the wind isn't doing anything for us anyway other than Master Influence, so this is just a good opportunity to use that, and we can use Fancy Hat presumably the following turn for the Frost Demon. Alright, so what do I really not want to see here? I really don't want to see the Frost Demon do its multi-target AoE attack here. Multi-target AoE. I mean, it's AoE attack, basically. Alright. I knew it. I did. I really did. I knew it. Okay, so we did Strangling Chain first, which is 2 damage. Then we put our counter on our token on the target, and then we did Warrior of the Sun, consuming light, which was a 3, which crit, which is a 6, although it has 1 shield, so 5, but then +1 because the Strangling Chain, so 6. We did 2 + 6, so 8 total damage. Okay, not bad. All right, so then Hatchet goes. So I'd planned on using the favorite and hitting here. I guess I can hit there and just not use the favorite here. Save it for next turn. I'm certainly running down here to tank this so we don't get multi-targeted. I could otherwise just use the favorite here and just two-shot this over the course of 2 turns. How likely is it that we kill the Sun Demon before it goes next turn with these 2 characters? Not exceptionally likely. So what? How much damage is the Voidwarden going to do to it here? We're going to make an attack 4 plus consume the wind, so an attack 5, plus the Strangling Chain is 6, so 5 damage, putting it down to 2. We should be able to kill it before it goes next turn. Yeah, I think it's worth it then. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Center Mass, throwing the favorite down here. I'm definitely not using the goggles here. I don't know, I mean, we're definitely not long resting before we leave this room. We should certainly enter the next room before we need to rest, and I don't think I'll be able to long rest in the middle of that fight. And I'd rather, this room's pretty easy at this point, hopefully, even with this flip. I would rather save the goggles for this room, which could theoretically be harder. So I will throw the favorite here with Center Mass. So this is going to be an attack 7. Come on now. Alright, that's fine. Let's do down to 3. And then I'm going to go do my best tanking impression. So I'm going to create win by doing a move 3. Going to here. 1, 2, like so. Oh, hi, made it for a cool scenario. Hey, CJO. So earlier I took Ricochet over the move 4 just for you. Just because I knew I would never hear the end of it from you if I took the move 4 level 3 over Ricochet. And, well, in all truth, I did it for science. I'm actually curious how it's going to work out. I feel like I'm actually going to miss the move 4. I mean, I already lost one scenario 2 weeks ago. Or no, last week, because of not having enough movement. Well, not having enough movement was part of it. So I feel like in base Gloomhaven, I really want that move 4 in Hatchet, but I'm going to try Ricochet. I feel like Ricochet is just not going to scale very well, but we'll see. We'll see. Already in this scenario, it's not great. And also in the last scenario, there was one time where extra lift could have been better, although it wouldn't have actually ended up being better because I would have had to use it in a time that I wouldn't have, but where it would have been better than Sobbing Power. And there's 2 monsters in the first room that aren't close. Yeah, so this is my biggest concern, CGO, with Ricochet. So, like, there were these 2 monsters here, and I couldn't even use it in this room, right? That's why I carry extra lift for absolute emergency movement. Yeah, that's fair, I suppose. Like, what I mean is, all right, so in this room, Ricochet was, we could start here, for example. Ricochet was just worse than Throwing Knives or Reviving Shock, right? Which are not even, like, I mean, which are fine cards, but given the average power level for Hatchet, not even that good. Now, I understand, obviously, we have the ability to throw the favorite on one of the targets, and we have, what's it called? Fancy Hat, but still, I don't know. We also have already Fancy Hat for Disorienting Barrage. Regard has a bajillion pulls, though. Oh, in regards to the win thing? Oh yeah, no. Well, pulls and pushes aren't quite the same. Oh, to set up. Yeah, but I mean, in a all right, how to put this? In a room with two targets, most likely only two targets that aren't close to each other. Most likely the targets are quite strong, as was the case here. So obviously it's much better for the red guard to be doing something like moving and disarming than pulling. And I know we have the pull at bottom, but that is just not a card we typically want for the rest of the scenario. And doing all that just to set up an attack two target two, I don't know. Thus far has not seemed great. But again, this was an unfair scenario because we're doing high point value enemies. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, so we created win, move there to tank, so the Sun Demon goes, just loses its stun, doesn't do anything else. Have a few more bites. Ah, the only thing better than this brioche that I'm eating right now is playing around the -2 and getting rewarded. Because it was very tempting to go for the follow through instead of the repeat shot under the justification that, well, the only difference is the -2, right? And Accordingly, I would save Repeat Shot, which is obviously a much better card, especially to lead with when I go into the next room. But we were not greedy, and we were rewarded. Because our attack 3 plus 2 does 3, which is exactly enough to kill. Where's our favorite? Down here. Make some more of these. Alright, there we go. So then the red guard goes. The red guard does this, creates fire, does 1 direct damage, which is a 100% kill here. Hold up. We gotta remember to track these things. So that's 1 kill already. Okay. I am Mr. Battle Goals after all. And then we're going to create light by doing a move 3. I'm just gonna go down to here. Favorite's gonna be a bit of an annoyance. We'll make it work. Alright, so this way we get to do our enhancement no matter what afterwards. Oops, yeah. It does go down there eventually, but not just yet. Alright, then the Voidwarden goes. We're going to do a default move 2 with the bottom of Lure of the Void. Going this way. I'd like to get this coin, but this is way too... I just dislike that, yeah. This is way too difficult of a scenario for me to move out of my way and use boots to pick up coins. As much as I really do want the money. Okay, and so then we create Dark, and I'm going to poison the Hatchet. No, I'm actually going to poison the Red Guard. It doesn't... Yeah, because who would I rather have strengthened for next turn? What am I doing next turn on the Red Guard, I guess is the question. Do I even have a good attack to perform? No, not really. I mean, Hatchet doesn't have a great attack either. I guess, theoretically, if we do Retrieval to here with boots, yeah, Hatchet's better. Okay, so let's poison Red Guard and strengthen and bless the Hatchet. Alright, these enemies are both eliminated. That's the end of the round. A little more comique. Alright, well, I was wondering whether we were actually going to set up shield spikes or not. This is not good on a boss fight. But it will be good in this room, and it'll be okay against the other enemies. So, I mean, the thing is we've kind of built around shield spikes, so it's difficult for us not to use it. Also, the deciding factor here is I really need to get this poison off the Red Guard before the Red Guard bursts into the next room. So I have to actually go with the Red Guard after... I need to go before the Hatchet, but after the Voidwarden, right? And the only way I can do that actually is doing this initiative. If I do 63, I always go after the Hatchet, which just doesn't work with this. I could go at 32, but doing a top heal on myself when I'm at full health, not really where I want to be. So in the end, I think this just makes sense. And we might not set up shield spikes. We can run into the room first, and we'll see. Here, I'm playing Ricochet for the initiative, mostly. We'll see if that works out as well. I'll have more information, so we'll get to see how this works out. I don't really count on getting to hit 2 enemies, but this is, I guess, the other argument about why I like Ricochet. Taking Ricochet is that, I mean, in this scenario, we do have the 60 initiative, but outside of boss fights, soon enough, we're just not going to be using the win stuff anymore. And therefore, this will at least give us a 56 initiative, which is, I mean, honestly, 56 and 60 initiative are fundamentally the exact same. When you get to the lower ends of initiative, a difference of 4 is actually reasonably significant. But when you're in the, like, 45 to 65 range, or really, like, the 45 to 80 range even, 4 initiative is just a completely insignificant difference. All right, so first up we go on the Voidwarden. So we're going to use the bottom suggest. No, sorry. First we're going to use the top, heal 2, target you, and remove the poison here. Give you a bless. And then we're going to do move 3 with suggestion. No, I should just move here. All right, just moving to there. All right, so then the red guard goes, and we're going to use the bottom of Flame Shroud, consume the fire, gain 1 XP, and let's get a peek at what's in this room. Okay, yeah, shield spikes can be okay. Night demons and wind demons. Oh god, there's dark. Please no. Please no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, that is both kind of doing it and kind of not doing it, so fair. And wind demons. Alright, hold up. Without a doubt, it is a very good draw for shield spiking. It's mostly fine. It's just a little bit annoying because the Voidwarden's going to get hit by this one. That's not that big of a deal. The real question is whether it's worth stepping into the room or stepping back. Basically, we could go here, or we could go like here. If we go here, we're not getting hit by anything in this room except this one attack. If we go here, we're getting hit by everything in the room. How much damage will we take if we get hit by everything in the room? It's difficult to predict disadvantage attacks. Let's see. We have a disadvantage 2, disadvantage attacks 3s. So let's say that that's 5 total damage from those 2, and then these attacks are going to be 2 4s. So it's 5 total attack. Well, sorry, a 2 and a 3. We have shield 1 for 2, so it's 1 and 2 damage. And then the attack 4s, which are so 1 and 2, so 3 plus 6, so 9 damage. We can mitigate 3 of it, so we take 6 damage here if we go into the room. We'll take 6 damage, but we'll deal 5. If we step back, we'll take 2 and deal 0. That's a tough call, actually. It's a tough call. Well, Ricochet is actually going to be good here. I think I have enough healing left. I guess I don't actually currently have the healing card on the Voidwarden, huh? I'm actually really not sure. It's really difficult. We've got a healing potion. We've got a big heal. We've got 1 small heal left here and a big heal after that. And killing night demons quickly is really important because these enemies are so dangerous. I think it's probably best not to let them live. Okay, so let's go there. Now let's gain 2 experience. And let's activate shield spikes. Okay, so now the night demons go. So the elite's going to attack first. The elite, so they consume the dark, which is, whatever. It's just a muddle. It's not the most important thing in the world. Was I supposed to stamina potion something for next turn? Is what I have here not very good, but I'm not sure it's correct to stamina potion when I don't gain a turn off of it. I guess going at 32 initiative is really not going to be great, but I will be able to heal myself and do some direct damage just after all the enemies in the room have gone. Yeah, I'll trust my allies, right? What could possibly go wrong with this? Sure. All right, so there's going to be 2 attacks on the red guard first. Both of these are going to be attack 3s with disadvantage. And there'll be 1 attack on the Voidwarden afterwards. Okay, so that's 1. That's perfect. I keep getting flips like that. No, alright. So the elite hits for just 1, which we have 1 shield, so the elite just takes 1. Then this one hits for 3, and so we're just going to use all the shielding stuff we can while this actually does damage. I think this just wasn't reset. We have not been attacked yet, this scenario. Okay, so that goes there. So 1, 2 plus our 1 and 8 shield from Flaming Shroud is 3. So he takes 3 damage, we take none. Alright, yeah, that was worth thus far. Now comes the worst part, though. So now the Wind Demons, again, which have 3 range and 4 attack. Okay, they both attack the red guard as well. -1. Yeah. That is how I feel with the red guard. I do love the red guard. I really do. All right, so we used a shield. Sorry, all right, this was a 3. We have 1 and 8 shield. We use 1 shield there, so we take 1. And then the next. All right, that's a 5. So here we take 4. Well, we took 1 less damage in the end than expected. All right, then Hatchet's up. So on Hatchet, I'm going to use the bottom of Retrieval as a move 1, loot 1. I do have line of sight here, so I actually don't need to use my boots here. Okay, cool. I don't really see any reason to use my boots. Well, Ricochet's looking pretty good here. Alright, where you pick up the favorite, but then we're gonna attack. The best was when I killed an Elite Wind Demon because they used their full card. Oh, that is great. That is very satisfying. We don't need to use the goggles because we're already strengthened. I actually think I am going to use the stun powder here. The truth is that once we start on the boss fight, the Hatchet's focus is just going to be killing the altar as quickly as possible. So this is sort of the last room where the Hatchet should be attacking things other than the altar. Accordingly, I don't know that I'm really going to get a better opportunity to use the stun powder than this. And stunning this Night Demon when the red guard's sitting here at 9 health and is going to go at 32 initiative next round is actually very valuable. I'm going to use the favorite here, though. The reason for that is the favorite here on attack 2 plus 3 kills. So this actually should just be, I mean, you know, nothing's ever given with Night Demons, but this should be very clean of getting an attack 5 here onto something with 5 health, and then an attack 2 stun here. So Ricochet looking good. This is a pretty smart way to make shield spikes work. I didn't think of that and didn't really think it was good. Oh, shield spike's amazing. It's better in base Gloomhaven. I mean, all right, even disregarding General CGO's cheese using specific solo items, it is still very good, I think, in base Gloomhaven. And I think it is better in base Gloomhaven than it was in Jaws of the Lion, even though I thought it was fine in Jaws of the Lion. That being said, I mean, we are pretty early in a campaign, right? Obviously, it's not going to scale as well. And it certainly has its weaknesses. Like for this scenario, I wish I was not doing a shield spikes build. I wish I had taken Radiant Sickle at 2, so that I would have an attack 4 to use on the altar. That would certainly be better for this scenario. So it's not always great, but I really love it. It's also I think the most unique thing about the red guard. So I think it's very cool. It's scenario 9, Jaws line. Okay, fair. But also, so while I say it's good early and it doesn't scale quite as well, which is fair, again, outside of CGOs, jeez. I'm also playing on +2 difficulty, so if you're just playing on average difficulty, I think Shield Spike should keep up for most of your base Gloomhaven campaign. Okay, so here we go. Let's attack with Ricochet. We're using the favorite on the first target. We're using stun powder on the second target. Don't need to use goggles. We already have strength in them. All right, here we go. Please, kind flips. Oh, that is so bad. Really? I mean, really? All right, whatever. We're getting the bad luck out of the way now, so that we'll have the good luck when we end up attacking the altar. Right? Right? That's how it works. Okay. Yeah, of course. Of course I get the crit on the non-favorite attack. On my little attack 2 here. Whatever, it's fine. Still good. Alright, so he's stunned for next round, which is great. And we're done. At least there's no dark for them to go invis. I mean, this does kill that other Night Demon now. It's just almost certainly, excuse me, going before we go. Okay. We lost the first time, but I leveled up and we forgot you can take additional small line at level 3 for the other character, so we should win next time. All right, cool. Yeah, the Jaws campaign can be tough. I know all about that. So this is gone. I wouldn't mind using Gift of the Void on this here, or on anything for that matter. So let's do this and this, keep this. Yep, I like it. Nice try. I know what the 7 is. I know what the 7 is. I mean, whatever. I can't complain. Obviously, I shouldn't tease them too much, is what I should say. Because if they had done this last turn, this room would have been completely different for me. But, oh, you sneaky little buggers. I mean, whatever. With the elite, it would still be stunned here, so it wouldn't matter that much. But I recognize a 7 on a Night Demon when it comes up. I don't even need to go look at the card, but I figured I would show it to the stream. All right. What are the Wind Demons up to? Their standard turn? Yeah. Okay. So, you, nothing. You attack into there. We don't have any instance of shield left, so it's not like this kills. I mean, this still hurts. So it's an attack for 3, so we take 3. Yeah. Red guard in trouble here? Are we gonna have to pitch a card? I need a -1 here, actually. Wow, I didn't realize how much trouble I would be in with this. They just all had poor initiatives here. Yeah. This might have been a bit dumb. Might have been. I probably should have Stamina Potion to be safe here. Actually, what I should have done is... No, I couldn't have Healing Potion because I hadn't taken the damage yet. Alright, alright. Well, I really want to see a -1 here. So, this attacks, we get pulled to here. This attacks, we get pulled to here. Yeah, for sure. Alright. So the next one just has to be a miss. Or -2. Otherwise, we just pitch here. -2's already gone. So it literally has to be a miss with 11 cards in their deck. I mean, I think it's worth taking the chance to miss. Man, pitching 2 cards here is rough. Whatever, it's a boss scenario. If we pitch, we pitch. I don't care about pitching 1 card. Pitching 2 cards is really brutal. I really regret not Stamina pushing now. Maybe a miss? No. I could have 1 more life, but oh well. Alright, I think I don't really care about that very much. Anything that gives additional attacks on bottom is pretty good to pair with Strangling Chain. Definitely don't want to lose Strangling Chain. Oh, yeah, it's actually this that I want to lose anyway. Alright, that was really brutal. That was rough. So we took 4, and we're at 2 now. Well, last scenario we saw that we could also lose out to Flame Demons, unfortunately. But it's true. Overall, you do have very consistent initiatives. Okay, let's put this away. Done having tea. It's delicious. Alright, Voidwarden's up. Oh, this is actually really annoying, too. Since we got pulled, we actually don't get the 1 direct damage. Just get that free kill. Ugh, that's really rough. Alright, well, nothing to do about that now. Let's do a move 4 with Resign Frenzy. Oh. I actually can't do everything I wanted to do here because it doesn't have range. Ugh, we've really messed up here. I mean, I don't know that we could have done anything better. I guess if we'd given the 1 shield to the red guard, it would not have saved with 2 more life. Yeah, it actually would have. Yeah, if we... damn, man. I played poorly. I really played poorly here. I should have gone for Signs of the Void, I guess, to play around the 21 to make sure we'd given enough shield. I couldn't use Gift of the Void here anyway, so this was just dumb. This was just really poorly done. I mean, I can Gift of the Void attack here, but I'd rather just move up and do a default attack. All right, so 1, 2, 3... Oh, no, we were here, right? Yeah. Right? I think. Or we were here? No, we were here, because Redguard was there. 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? And let's just do a default attack with the top of Gift of the Void, attacking you. Like, I know I could go here and make him lose 2 life, but that's probably not worth. And I don't really want to, yeah, so. Attack with disadvantage? Really? Oh, okay. So we don't kill this Night Demon. So this thing is still alive at 1 health. So that's cool. Okay. So Hatchet's up. And this is the favorite in it. Alright, well, we're attacking that one, I guess, in the end. Here. 1 experience. Sure. It's dead now. And then we move here and heal ourselves for 1. And we get back. Create Earth. We've killed another enemy, so it seems like that's probably not happening here. Yeah. Yep. A lot of mistakes made. A lot of mistakes. Okay, let's focus. We created Earth. Red guard's up. Gonna gain 1 experience and heal for sure here, and create fire. So no muddle. Heal for 4. The 1 direct damage to both these. At least the nice thing about them pulling me. Alright, short rest here. I mean, short rest on both the other characters. We'll see if we need short rest on. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, that's not fine. That's a bottom loss attack on the altar. Very hard to use though, because the altar can jump. Alright, let me break this down. Chat, you've got to make this decision for me. I actually can't make this for myself. Let's go ahead and do Hatchet. Well, I'll explain the choice here. Do we reroll or not? Basically, I think for this scenario, for the remainder of the scenario, this is the second most important card we have, because Gift of the Void just doesn't work. So losing Gift of the Void is not a big deal at all, right? Normally Gift of the Void would also be very important, but it's not, because it doesn't work on what we need to attack here. So there's just Wicked Scratch, and other than that, there's really nothing else that we really care about, honestly, basically at all. I mean, like, yeah, the healing is fine for now, but Resign Frenzy, I mean, they're fine cards, but there's nothing really crucial. This is very good because we can make 2 attacks on the altar, although it's hard to do, but no, I mean, we can make it work. It's definitely less important than Wicked Scratch, though. So, chat, if we lose Wicked Scratch, I guess we lose the scenario, which gives us a 1 out of 8 to lose the scenario, although we've already kind of put ourselves in a bad spot with a 2-pitch to negate damage there, so it's tough to say. So do we reroll or not? I take this decision out of my hands, because I'm incapable of making the correct decision. Well, here we definitely reroll. Dear God, these were some brutal long rests. So pay 1 life. Does it work if I do this? No. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, reroll. Sure, that's fine. I say reroll, but also Gripe Luck. I'd reroll, only really need Wicked Scratch, and that's 1 out of 8. Yeah, I agree completely. That's how I feel as well. Alright, I'm glad people agree. But what CGO says is true. The only card of these 8 cards that we actually really care about more than Lure of the Void here is Wicked Scratch, and that is it. So it is a 1 out of 8, so I think it definitely makes sense to reroll. But I also just know what's going to happen afterwards. So I sort of just wanted an insurance policy. To be clear, not to blame chat, but just to show, like, this was the reasonable thing to do. We just got punished because it's me. Okay, thank God. I was so sure. I don't know how I was sure, but I really just was sure. But, no, all right. I think I've just been burnt enough times, you know? I guess almost every Gloomhaven player has, though, so... All right. Well, thank you all for suggesting I reroll. I was very scared. Come on. Really? Oops. All right. So can I afford to short rest on the red guard, or long rest on the red guard? I think I can't. It's too likely I have to pitch a bunch more cards, so let's go. Sure. Strangling Chain is the card I care most about. Really don't want to lose Strangling Chain. And we still have, 2 other fire generators. All right. And that'll do, right? So, all right. Well, let's see what everyone's doing here. What I want to do is I want to heal the red guard for a boatload with this, going as early as possible. What could possibly go wrong by putting Blesses in this deck? And stun that Night Demon. I don't really care if I curse myself. And here, I don't know what we're going to do. So here the question is now, which combination of cards do we play? Do we play this and hope to get lucky that they don't move, getting guaranteed 2 direct damage? Probably not. So either we play this or this even. Yeah, maybe this is just the best actually, because then we get 2 mitigation as well as 2 direct damage. Here we get, I mean, this plus this, we just get, yeah, it's the same amount of direct damage. We don't have our other items to use, so it's not like keeping them next to us is that valuable. I mean, I guess that's the bigger argument, is doing this, we get 2 direct damage guaranteed, plus, but only 1 mitigation. But there's a chance we get more? No, this is probably the best play. This and this. I mean, I guess the worst thing about this is they go after us, we don't get any, or they go before us, and they actually not unreasonably likely to go before us. So yeah, this is actually the best then. Well, no. The best then, well, yeah, it's kind of the same. Because then this is, if they go before us and they move, this is 2 damage to 1. Whereas if we do that top and this bottom, then it's 2 damage to 1, or 1 damage to each. Warrior of the Sun, Swift Strength is one of my favorite combos, though. A bit riskier against Wind Demons. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, Wind Demons, the initiative is just the tiebreaker. If I knew 100% that the monsters would go after me, I would always just do this combo here. All right. Stone Hatchet, what are you up to here? Helping us to kill this? Well, seems like a good plan. As good a plan as any. Do a little free healing, and let's throw in the favorite. Okay, so Wind Demon's 43, but they had, oh, they did create wind last turn. Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, that's sort of a disaster. Not really anything I can do about that either. I just forgot to do it, but yeah, the 21 creates a win. The thing they did last turn creates a win, 100%. What is the Night Demon doing then? All right, well, yeah, and they move when they do this thing as well, right? Oh, it's a different 43. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not that one. Oh, interesting. So they have 2 43s. So they follow in the Imp's footsteps, except yeah. So I was thinking it was the multi-target. This is fine. This is more than fine. We've even got Earth for them to have reduced range, which doesn't really matter too much. But the push 1 is annoying. But I mean, it's the same as moving, so it's not a big deal. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Definitely happy I did this combo then. So we're gonna create fire again, and we're gonna do 2 direct damage to everything adjacent, and also gain 1 shield. Night Demon could also steal the wind. Could, yeah. In the end, they're not using the wind, but good call. That's fair. We could have also saw if they were doing the 43 that I actually thought this was, then we could have done it that way as well. Although then I wouldn't be able to stun the Night Demon, which would have been bad. Okay, so here I'm going to gain 1 experience, and I'm going to do a heal 6 on the red guard. And I'm going to curse myself. And I'm going to stun the Night Demon. I'm not going to place a stun because he's just the next to go. It's kind of hilarious how normal push you out of range at this level. Do they already at this level? Oh my god, you're not wrong. They actually go down to 1 range. That is hilarious. I mean, I guess it was just to make the Earth feel better, right? Okay, so Night Demon is stunned, does nothing. Next up is Hatchet. So we're going to begin by using the top of center mass. We have goggles. I'm almost certainly long resting after this room, so I am going to goggles here. I really need to kill this stupid freaking Night Demon. So let's goggles for this because it's an attack 7, throwing the favorite. Beautiful. That's what Night Demons get. Okay, and then I recreate Earth, I guess, whatever, and I can move to... I really want to heal. I guess Red Guard's only missing 2. Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to pick up the favorite here. It's just better to do this. So I'm going to go to here, and then the only real question is, do I heal myself, or do I heal the Voidwarden? I don't know that it changes much. So that's our 3rd kill, so almost 100% we're never successfully completing our battle goal here. I guess it's always easier for us to heal ourselves with this than the Voidwarden. Also, we really want to take a long rest because we need our boots back. The Voidwarden needs long rest less badly. Okay, so then the Wind Demons go. They're going to consume the Earth to do a push. Well, this first they're going to push. Red Guard goes here. And then they're going to get -2 range for consuming the wind. So they attack at range 1, which means they don't hit us. That is actually hilarious. Not wrong. To give the bless, right? Oh, no, we forgot to give the bless. Oops. Forgot to give them the bless there. There we go. All right. So what's up next? Time to do this. Hope it works. Fortunate that now they've got a later initiative out, but that's so much better than what else we could do here. Time to ricochet. That'd be very effective here, right? If I had Fancy Hat, it would be okay. It's actually better to... Well, so I guess this doesn't... I mean, this is fine. I'm trying to think. No, this is fine, because it's possible we go before them. I think we're just going to kill one of them here on the hatchets. I'm just going to use this as a throwaway. Yeah, I mean, that's already the best initiative. Just going to attack one of them like that. We're going to do this. An attack 6 is so much better than an attack 5 here, because it actually kills one of them from 4 health in case we don't get to do any direct damage with the red guard here. Alright. So what are we up to? I actually like strengthening the hatchet here for this attack. I think that's definitely worth doing. And I could just do a bottom heal. I don't really know that I want to be using Gift of the Void top here anytime soon. I don't need to move this turn, and I didn't create Dark last turn. No, I punished myself for not having it. Alright, yep, this works. Alright, Wind Demon's at 21, Voidwarden also at 21. Overall, all good. Alright, so red guard's up. So we do get to do the combo. So we're going to do move 2, jump, shield 1, and then we're going to do shield 1, immobilize target all adjacent enemies, and we're going to create light. We're just going to go to here, and they're both immobilized. And we have 2 shield. Okay, so then the Voidwarden's going to go. So here we're going to have to poison ourselves. That's fine. We actually lost the benefit from getting rid of poison at this point anyway. Because we can't poison the red guard. Obviously, that would be pretty bad here. And if we poison Hatchet, we wouldn't be able to strengthen and bless the Hatchet. So we're going to strengthen Hatchet and bless the Hatchet. There we go. And then we're going to do a heal 2, range 2 on the red guard. Red guard. Okay, so then the wind demons are going to attack the red guard with disadvantage. They're going to create wind. Yep. The poles do nothing here, so they're just 2 attack 3s with disadvantage. Okay, that's fine. So it's 1 damage. We'll take it. 0 damage. We'll take it. So the first one, both of them take 2 from our shield spikes. Shield spike's pretty great. All right. Having lost a bunch of cards is less great, but still doing all right here. So then Hatchet's up. Well, now Ricochet would have been fine. Oh, well. All right, let's do repeat shot into number 2, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. I guess, yeah, because this gets us closer to the door. Sure. So we'll attack number 2. We will throw the favorite. We're strengthened, so we don't use, well, we couldn't use the goggles even if we wanted to. I did shuffle there. In truth, I really did not want to draw the bless here. I would have much, I mean, even a -1 kills here, and I'd really like to have kept the bless for the boss fight part. So that's not great. All right, the favorite's there, but that's fine. We're just going to use the bottom of double throw plus our boots. We're going to long rest after this room anyway to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Use this and grab this because we need more money and no one else in our party does. All right. That's the end of the round. Oops. I'll play 2 cards, see what they do. As for us, I don't like using Wicked Scratch because it gives experience. We can give a free curse, though. That's not bad. I mean, I'm just going to play those cards. I don't think going slightly earlier is worth it. Even if this Wind Demon goes to 21, I don't care that much. We're at full health on the red guard, and we want a long rest before the last room, so 1 attack from it is mostly insignificant from my point of view. So I guess most likely what I want to do here is just to make an attack and then pick up the favorite, and I guess we'll go as early as we can. In case they do the 43 where they consume wind, this theoretically could be significant. I know it'll be disadvantaged attack. What is 37 from them? Ah, it's this one. Okay. All right, so the red guard's up at 19. We're going to begin... Yeah, we did not create fire last turn. All right, we're going to begin by using the top of Strangling Chain to do an attack 3 immobilize on you. We don't really need healing now, and I don't care that much about missing the experience. I'd rather make sure I win this scenario, or try my best to win this scenario, especially with the situation I'm currently in. So we draw. Okay, so no damage. And he's immobilized. And from now on, every time he's attacked this round, he suffers 1 damage. I don't place the character token, but we'll remember. And then we're going to do the bottom of Healing Sands. And I'm just going to trust in my allies to kill this Wind Demon. I'd rather be all the way down here. Yeah, because I'm going to long rest next turn. Yep, I'm going to go all the way down there. I have fate. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Hatchet can be gifted the attack. Yep. I mean, we just need Hatchet to do 1 on an advantage attack. I think we should be fine. Okay, so as the Voidwarden, we're going to do a move 3 with Suggestion. I'd also like to long rest. I guess I don't have to, but it is kind of convenient to move to there right now. So let's do this. Let's use our boots. I guess our timing's not going to be synced up very well, but we don't have anything to do next turn anyway, so we can just long rest 1 turn early. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Consuming the Dark to give them 1 curse. I think I put the curse in the wrong place. Oh well. Whatever. It's not a big deal. We'll sort it out afterwards. All right, so we give the Wind Demon a curse using this, consuming the dark, and then here we gain experience, which I don't want. Already at 5. Yeah, we're not failing. We're not succeeding our battle goal, but whatever. Beating the scenario more important than succeeding our battle goal. So we create a new dark. We're going to consume the wind because they would use that. Man, I love Master Influence. I love the Voidwarden. Really, the Voidwarden and the Redguard are the two that I really love from Jaws. Hatchet is just a little too good for me to love, and Demo is just a little too bad for me to love. But Voidwarden and Redguard are both just great. Voidwarden is everything I wanted the Tinker to be in base Gloomhaven in terms of a starting character support, and Redguard is everything I wanted the Brute to be. So, all right. So we consume the wind. So this is an attack 4 plus 1 because of Master Influence, and attack 5 with Hatchet performing the attack with advantage. Okay. So it's dead. Coins there. Sure. Discard. Wind Demon's gone. Oh, Hatchet gets a turn now. Sure. Well, there is a coin here. Oh, so there's no longer any wind either. I mean, I could go to here, or I could go to here and get a coin. Everyone else is long. No, we also, I guess, are long resting next turn then. Yeah, that's probably fine. We can lose like this. Let's think here. How is the Voidwarden in 2-player parties? The Voidwarden's worse in 2-player parties, I would say for sure, than 3 or 4-player parties. That being said, the Voidwarden does have very good damage for a support between Wicked Scratch and Gift of the Void. So I think the Voidwarden's still fine in 2-player parties. Like, the Voidwarden in 2-player parties is much better than Tinker in 2-player parties. Significantly better, I shouldn't say. Yeah, better. Definitely better. Obviously it depends. So, like, you do kind of want a melee ally. I mean, realistically, if you're going to do a 2-player party Voidwarden, the best is really going to be Voidwarden Redguard, right? First of all, you got the Shield Spike synergy with Signs of the Void, but also just having an ally who's always in melee range and doesn't mind being in melee range makes it so much easier to consistently Wicked Scratch. Yeah, Red and Void, exactly. So that's precisely the one. I think if you really want to run, I mean, if you want to do like a good 2-player party in Jaws of the Lion or base Gloomhaven with Voidwarden, I think typically you're going to want Redguard Voidwarden. Voidwarden Hatchet is going to be the worst, probably the worst 2-player party you can do. I don't know, it's tough to say. Either Demo Hatchet or Voidwarden Hatchet is going to be the worst 2-player party you can do for Jaws Line characters. And then Voidwarden Demo is fine, but obviously Demo doesn't always want to be in melee range and like is kind of squishy. Demo, I mean, I guess that's not so much of a Voidwarden problem, that's more of a Demo problem. Demo doesn't really appreciate not having anyone else who can take hits or wants to take hits in the party. I'm doing Hatchet in red, but liking how useful Void is. Oh, Hatchet in red's great too, for sure. There's definitely no issues there. I completely agree with Voidwarden being a better Tinker. A good support who can drop losses the turn, die scenario. Yep. Demo Hatchet just seems like bad times for the demo. Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest problem with Demo Hatchet. That's why I'm not sure which is worse. Of like Voidwarden Hatchet is going to be a sort of bad times. Well, is going to be a bit frustrating for Voidwarden. Demo Hatchet is going to be very frustrating for Demo. Redguard plus any of Jaws of the Lion characters is the best 2-player parties. Yeah, that's actually true. It's true that no matter which 2-player party you want to do, you always want Redguard to be one of them. It's absolutely correct. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna go there and loot this coin. I mean, we are a Hatchet after all. Looting is what we do. We've got a reputation to maintain. All right. So I think we just triple long rest now. I know we're long resting early on 2 of our characters, but the longevity on Hatchet and Voidwarden is less of a concern right now than the longevity on Redguard is, actually, because Redguard had to pitch 2 cards. So even though this would typically not be worth it, I think here it is actually worth it. Otherwise, I could not long rest. No, Hatchet, I need to get these 2 items back. Yep. All right, so we do triple long rest. Start round. End round. I guess I know what Isaac tried to do with the demo. That thing that it just doesn't work. Doesn't mind Spirit's Plane demo. Well, CGO likes demo a lot, but I agree with you. I think all right. Even if one can argue that the demo can work, the demo is just riddled with too many handicaps unnecessarily, and was sort of just given a good modifier deck as like, yeah, but don't worry, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just gain some levels, playing miserably through levels 1 through 4. I mean, not playing miserably because again, you in Jaws Lion, the scenarios are set up in such a way that you're like, powerful abilities based on the scenario. But yeah, I mean, intrinsically in the class, it's like have a bad time leveling up until a certain point when your modifier deck makes up for it, which I don't know, isn't really something I'm a huge fan of. At the very least, it just doesn't seem necessary that demo had such bad initiatives, had such mediocre initiative. Like demo at the like so much. I mean, all right. I mean, CGO has also said this so many times before too, but demo needed to have 1 self heal and better initiatives. If you just did these 2 things, I think the demo would be fine as is. Like, I don't really think you need to do more than that, and I think you can make the class perfectly playable if you just change these 2 things. 1 non-loss self-heal from level 1 that you had available to you to deal with all the stupid wound scenarios, so that, again, you could do something like Demo plus Hatchet and have a way to remove wound without having to long rest. And then, yeah, just better early initiatives, which are just, like, for this type of character, in a normal Gloomhaven, it doesn't even make sense to me that this class didn't get better initiatives. I guess it's because she's, like, got the big bulky suit or whatever, but traditionally this type of character in Gloomhaven, like this, like sometimes frontliner or mostly frontliner who goes in and out, which is still kind of what she needs to do, usually gets to have good initiatives. All right, so we need to lose a card from here, here, and here. No, we want this. We want this. Don't care so much about that. I think I want this. It's actually now I should probably just get rid of follow through here. Well, no, because once we have the hatchet in the obstacle, that's the only thing. I mean, like I don't really want to grab it back. And this is just a move 3. Yeah, hilariously, I think we get rid of retrieval here, which doesn't typically make sense. But again, so basically from here on out, there's going to be this teleporting altar, and most of our goal on Hatchet is just to attack this as much as possible. That might not always work, but the favorite's going to be stuck in it anyway. If the altar gets too far out of our reach, there's not anything we can do about that. It's not like we're going to be able to pick up the favorite somewhere, so I actually think retrieval is correct to get rid of here. Plus, every time Hatchet chooses to lose retrieval, Hatchet's entire party releases a giant sigh of relief that suddenly they too can pick up coins. What are the Jaws focus rules that are different? Sorry. It was that initiative isn't a tiebreaker or something? I mean, I don't know. What exactly was it? Or that initiative is the second tiebreaker, not proximity or something like that? I don't remember. Well, it's not that I don't remember. It is I don't remember because at some point I knew them, but. Okay, so what are we losing here? Well, I like this just for early initiative. I guess stunning some of these other monsters could be useful. This is certainly useful. I mean, all these things are actually useful in some way or another. None of them are bad. None of them are great. I mean, all right, so I want to keep this no matter what. This is never leaving. This is maybe not that good. I guess it's like good actually specifically for this turn right now. Also, let's not forget our healing. So there, I guess there's not a lot of healing to do. Oh, specifically, I don't want to lose this for initiative. Maybe just this, then. It is good for stunning other things, but I guess most of the time I'm just going to want to be moving and trying to keep up with my allies around the altar to keep granting attacks as much as possible. So yeah, let's just lose this. You have initiative as second tiebreaker. It leads to ranged enemies gunning down fast characters. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. I mean, yeah, sure. So being a little bit later theoretically helps with you not getting attacked by ranged enemies, but it doesn't help you with the fact that like when you go in and next turn and you want to go quickly, you're like, yes, I'll go quickly at 20. I'm sure nothing will ever go before 20, right? And Redguard's like, yeah, things go before 20. And you're like, why does my Redguard have such good initiatives? I mean, we understand why it does because it was supposed to absorb the attacks, but more like Demo's like, why don't I have a Redguard in my party? I basically require it. Okay, so the altar is going to be here. God, it could be here, but I'm pretty sure it's here. And that's going to teleport to here. Uh, it's so difficult. All right, I can actually look at the card, right? Yeah, throne moves. All right. It's really hard here as Hatchet to predict how we get to do a double throw, right? Ugh. Because so the thing is, we essentially need to be here, but there's no way. There is a way that that's possible. If we gift movement with Hatchet or Voidwarden to open the door here, that's probably worth actually. Like 90% sure I saw an interview where Isaac said he played Jaws Line with normal focus rules, so I did too. Oh. Yeah, I mean he probably did. He probably just made the rules simpler for other people. The problem that we have here is that we don't know where the altar will be when it's Hatchet's turn, because the altar can either move very quickly or very late, and Hatchet sort of just goes in the middle. So if it goes late, then it'll still be here. If it goes early, then it'll go here before we go. But I also don't want it to be adjacent to me. God, this is such a bad turn to start with, but this is the only way we get to do the whole thing. All right, let's do it then, shall we? There's a consideration for using this bottom here actually to give strengthen, but I really shouldn't because quite simply I want this top, and I'm just going to be like stamina potioning this back. I know I could stamina potion it back once, but I just want to use this as many times as possible. So I think it makes more sense to sort of just throw away a bottom here. What is a card we don't immediately care about? I guess if we're not using this turn, then we're giving up all our good initiatives. Not quite all of our good initiatives. I don't feel that I should need to move too much. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. If I was going to get rid of suggestion, I'm basically just giving up. I mean, I'm getting slightly better initiative for the future, but less movement, and I think the movement might actually end up being more relevant here. All right, so we're going to do something really funky here, but we're going to use Signs of the Void on the Hatchet to move the Hatchet to the door. From here, Hatchet's going to have to use his boots, right? And so the reason this works is because then Hatchet can do double throw plus, I mean, we can do the combo on Hatchet and guaranteed have the altar in range. Let's actually place the altar because I really do need to make sure that it's actually where I think it's supposed to be. I guess it's gonna place it when we open. All right, well, let's double check where the altar is. Okay, it's there. Because to be clear, ugh, the altar actually should already be placed based on normal Gloomhaven setup rules. Okay, so it is in range. So this and this. Initiative here doesn't really matter. I guess maybe there's something that can muddle us. I don't know. Or stun us. I don't use anything in this scenario that can stun. So, all right, what is Redguard up to? I suppose what we want to do, we really want to create fire so we can do Strangling Chain next turn, and we want to finish next to the altar. From here to there, or if it's here, yeah. Because then basically what I want to do next turn is I want to do Strangling Chain top with any bottom attack, like this or this. I guess realistically this, because the wound doesn't do anything. So let's just play these two cards here. All right, I think this works. Hope. And we're going to see what happens when we get in there, but let's start it up. All right, so Voidwarden. We're going to do one ally within range 3 may perform shield 1. That same ally may perform move 2. We're going to use our boots to move 3 on Hatchet here. 1, 2, 3 to the door. Funniest door opening ever, but ultimately necessary, I think. All right, so you have 42 health. We're going to read some special rules. We've also got to check your stats. So, in both cases, it's a move. No, I think that's a misprint, right? That can't actually be correct. It's got to be different for the two. All right, well, first of all, the primal. The Prime Demon and the altar share hit points, initiative, and immunities. The Prime Demon cannot be damaged in any way. Instead, the damage must be done to the altar. The altar jumps. Yeah, so like it's really annoying that it doesn't place the letters. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Scenario 8 tokens. One, two, three. There we go. I should theoretically just not place the other ones and just say, yeah, it's never going to make it this far. But, you know, on this scenario, wouldn't count on that. 9. Oh, they are actually the same. Interesting. Okay. And 10. All right. And then back to A. So it jumps in this order, and then back to A. If the hex is occupied a figure or other overlay tile, that figure or tile is moved to the nearest unoccupied hex. If the altar moves to an unrevealed room, that room is immediately revealed, opening all doors between it and other revealed rooms. The altar then summons one normal demon for 2 characters or one elite demon for 3 or 4 characters. The type of the demon depends on where it goes. And so this is the same, except that demon summon is normal for 2 or 3 characters and elite for 4. So do we get boss special 1 or boss special 2? I guess we'll see. Spawns are misprinted right. Should spawn the same enemies that were at those locations. Oh, maybe. I guess we'll see. I did this scenario again with group 2 weeks ago, and we only ever pulled special 2 amazingly. That's nice. All right, so we need to flip for boss. What I'd love for him to do more than anything is not boss special. Can we get just boss that moves and attacks? Boss special 2. Okay. Well, at least it's summoning a non-elite, so we'll take it. The spawns are wrong in the book? Okay, so it'll always spawn what's printed on the thing. Perfect. Thank you very much. I mean, it'll always spawn what's... So then E and F should... I guess the only question is then for E and F, right? One of these should be Sun, and one of them should be Frost. And what does it say normally for E and F? Sun is F, so I guess that just makes E Frost. Okay, easy enough. All right, so then we have a move 2 with the Voidwarden. Default move. I mean, technically we have the loss if we want, but I don't really want the loss. So I'm just gonna go to here, I think, because then the red guard can just move to here, and we'll be in a bit good position going forward. Yep, we'll just move there. Okay. So boss goes. So I don't know if the altar jumps first or then the boss goes. Then, yeah, okay. So attack -1. Does he have any specials on his attack? I don't think so. Wouldn't even be space. So he attacks for 5. So he moves for 7, attacks for 5. Okay. Prime Demon coming at you. We got 1 shield. Should I have invised? Oh, I couldn't invis. It was my turn. Nope. Scenario 21 should be position of the altar should be F, not A. Also, the labels for the demon spawns are off. E is Sun. Oh, E is Sun and F is Frost. Interesting. Okay, so it's actually Sun there and then Frost here. Okay. Okay. It's weird that even the 2 which weren't represented by things on the map are actually wrong. Thank you very much, Magji. Yeah, no, so I couldn't have invised because it wasn't my turn while I moved. Okay, so that's fine. Invis probably would have been pretty good here, but this will be okay. So +1 -1 on a 6 is a 6. We have 1 shield, so we take 5. Yeah, that's not very much damage. Right. Alright. Jumping altar jumps. Alright, so it should be A is wind. Yeah. So it should spawn a normal wind for special 2, right? Yep. So we get a normal wind demon. That's fine. And I can put it here or here. I'd rather it be here. Okay. So the red guard goes. Red guard. Well, annoyingly, this is going to be a disadvantage attack, but which is just really annoying because I've got those blesses in my deck. But I need to create fire here. It's pretty important to strangle this thing next turn. So yeah, nothing really special to that. Hold on, it spawns or summons? Summons. Okay, yeah. So it does not act this round. Okay, good, good. I was pretty sure it was summon, but I realized I should double check. All right, well, I'm just going to attack the altar. Creating fire. Okay. Whew. Wow, that's fortunate. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got to move 3. So I can go to here or to here. I don't know if that changes much. I guess there's no reason not to go to here. It might make it easier for the hatchet to get past. Sure, let's go to there. All right. Then the hatchet goes. All right, it's time to do the thing. Time to do the thing. You know that Hatchet is really missing enhancement dots when you don't even have enhancement dots on a loss like Power Pitch. Like, admittedly, maybe, I mean, yeah, for real though. Why is there no enhancement dot here, but there are like enhancement dots here? I don't know. Some of these dots are weird. I mean, I could sort of, I would have been able to appreciate that they just stopped putting dots on losses unnecessarily. And I do appreciate that a lot of, like, they've pretty much removed broken enhancements or 2 good enhancements. But why are there dots here, but like there's not a dot here? It's not that I would enhance this, although I guess some people probably would. Okay, so we gain 1 experience there, and we gain 2 more experience here. We use the bottom of Power Pitch to double the value of your next attack this round, and we use the top of Power Pitch as an attack 3, attack 6, range 3. We're going to throw the favorite with this attack as well. And that's it. Question, if using the demo in this scenario, would you count the altar as an objective? Yeah, absolutely. Isaac has actually said that if you play... Hatchets dot suck, I know. Which sucks especially because Hatchet gets so much money. Yeah, we're treating all the objectives, all the obstacles with hit points in base Gloomhaven as objectives. That's actually what Isaac has personally said to do when using Jaws line characters in base Gloomhaven. Because, yeah. I mean, in general, the objective rules for objectives didn't exist before, but Isaac basically has just said that objectives are just the updated version for obstacles with hit points. Those are just objectives now. So yeah, obviously we're just retroactively applying that like we would retroactively apply the rest of the Jaws line rules. So yes, we're treating this as an objective, not as an obstacle with hit points, which is convenient for allowing us to use the favorite. Yes, so this is an attack 18. We have nothing else to add. Certainly using the goggles on this one. And the favorite is going to be stuck in this from now on. Okay. Just wanted to confirm that the 1 level 9 is hilariously broken here. Yeah. Okay. So... yeah, there's really nothing else. Let's do it. Come on. We got a small deck, and I think there's got to be a bless in there. Maybe there's not. I think there's 1 bless in there. Maybe there's not. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Yeah, I actually think there's not a bless in there, but we got a crit. Can we have a crit? Crit 1 time. 1 time crit, please. I believe. Yes. Oh, got it. We'll take those. All right. Ready for this? You know what? Feels good. Because this dude sucks. This fight sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. Actually, I really like this scenario. I think this scenario is great. But this fight is hard, is what I mean. So getting to just hatchet this scenario right out of the way feels great. And also justifies why it was absolutely worth it to have our Voidwarden do nothing for the turn just to put the hatchet in a spot to guarantee we could do this. Classic Hatchet. This was classic Hatchet. This is vintage Hatchet in action. So this is lost, and the scenario is won. Yeah, I didn't miscount there. Redguard did 4, plus we just did 36, so 40. Yep, he has 2 life left. That's how I won scenario 9. Jaws line feels great. It does feel great. Better to be lucky than good, right? Did we have a bless? No, we did not have a bless, so we got really lucky there. That was amazing. Okay. I mean, we have repeat shot, however. We should always go invisible here just to block this guy off. Boom. And that's the end of the round. Well, so much for needing to strangle it and everything, but I mean, we still shall. So we're actually going to complete our... Oh, nice. This is also really convenient, right? Because objective tokens are not monsters. They're enemies, but not monsters. So if we kill the altar, Oh, hold on. Ooh, really interesting rules question, right? Well, I really want Jaws Line. Fair. The Jaws Line characters are amazing, to be clear. They're really well designed overall. Um, rules question. Because when we kill the altar, we're actually killing the prime demon because they share hit points, and the goal is actually to kill the prime demon. Does that mean killing the altar and we're actually going to kill a fourth? All right. I think so, actually. This would be my interpretation. So we should really not kill the altar on the hatchet if we can avoid it so we can get those check marks. Or that check mark. All right. That's fine because our plan is to kill it here anyway. So earliest possible initiative. I don't know if these can go at 12 or 13, but with the strangling chain and everything, we just need to go early and kill this. Okay. Ooh, we'll also not have gotten too much experience, right? We can even get a little bit more if we want to. I would say so too. Yeah, I think so. So are you going to get the chest, or would you rather just not go there? Well, I can't really make it to the chest. It's like here, right? Yeah, that's where I thought it was, yeah. Typically, I don't focus on getting the chest in this scenario. This scenario is hard enough that I basically just usually... I mean, like, all right, from here, I could try to play around getting the chest. It starts to get a bit risky, though. God, I don't remember what the chest is here. Is it a good chest? Don't tell me what it is, but tell me if it's a good... If this is a chest I'm going to regret missing. Can the hatchet make it there with a movement? I don't think so, right? Oh, it has the item I don't use? Oh, okay. That's fine then. I don't remember what's actually in this chest. All right, let's see. Do we have a way of making it there? If we give the hatchet movement, is there any way we can make it there? No, there's no world in which we can make it there, right? If we go there, 1, 2, 3, we don't even have our boots. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many turns would that take? I mean, we would have to have... I mean, I guess wind could be generated for us. That's not even guaranteed. We don't have mana potion. No. And we lost our giant move on Redguard as well. It would take like 2 to 3 more turns. Is it too good of a chest? People are saying it has the item I don't use. If it's good, but it's an item I refuse to use, then I don't want it. I'm afraid that it is. Is it a head item, CGO? Is that what you mean by too good of a chest? It is a lot of money if I sell it. That's a good point. That is actually a very good point. Since I refuse to use it. All right. Yeah, then I guess it is what I think it is then. It's right. It's 2 turns if I have win, but how do I get? I mean, win is like a 1 out of 4 to get. It's so hard to. The problem is once this disappears over here, it's really difficult to get to. All right, let's see. No, I know what it is then. I'm pretty positive I know what it is. I don't need spoilers. It's fine. Yeah, so I know exactly what it is. I mean, it is. I refuse to use this item though, so it doesn't really matter too much if I get it or not. But yes, it's a lot of gold to sell. It's 50-50 from Wind Demons? Oh, because they could consume something else? Or because they've already played 1 card? No, Wind Demons only... Or demons should have two cards which create elements, 2 cards which consume elements. I don't believe it's different from Wind Demons, is it? I mean, aside from the fact that they could consume a different element. But you mean 50-50 over the course of 2 turns? Well, it would actually be better than that, but... Alright, let's try, whatever. Let's try to get it. How do I keep up with this on the Redguard, though? I guess we'll see. We're going to play around possibly killing it, and let's short rest here. Sure, pay 1 life, reroll, keep this. Because Redguard can kill it if we need him to. Problem is, once it gets far enough away, we won't be able to do anything about that anymore. I also wish I knew what their earliest initiative was, but I don't. Alright, let's see. We also have Invis Cloak, so we're kind of safe. Alright. So we're going to gift some movement there. And we're going to go as late as we can so the Invis keeps blocking off the boss. And we're going to move with something like this. Keep this under the hope that we can make it work. Alright. Man, I bet we sure wish we had Fancy Hat top right now, huh? Well, all the way down the bottom. Oh, it's 3 and 3, huh? I really thought it was 2. Okay. Fair then. All right. So I want to move Hatchet late as well. So I need to move a tiny bit, and I need to go as late as, no, but I have to go before Hatchet goes. So I have to go before 56. But also late. Well, that's super easy. That's annoying. All right, I guess we're just doing something like this then. And because that's our latest before 56. And doing this. Yeah, exactly. I do need him to flip a non-special. Otherwise, it gets really risky. We'll see. We're going to give ourselves some options. Now, so he flips special 1, which is actually the worst because now he's going to get to attack through the invisible. All right. What is the Wind Demon doing? Also not creating wind. All right. So what happens here? This goes here, and it's special 1, so it's actually going to spawn an elite Night Demon too. The issue is that it's not easy for us to follow this and kill it, because we can't really keep up with it through here easily. We don't have the Inviscloak on Hatchet anymore, so it's not like Hatchet can end the scenario by himself, so it has to be Voidwarden with the Inviscloak to end it by himself. Whatever. All right. I mean, I guess this will just make it interesting for chat, right? If we do this, so let's do it. Let's do the things then, shall we? So Wind Demon goes. So this actually does do 1 damage to the altar, hilariously, right? Because it is an enemy, not a monster. So we can actually do want it, which makes it easier for us to kill it when we need to. We create fire. We have 1 shield. We have a pull 1, range 2. Oh, we can actually pull this here as well. There we go. So that takes 1 as well. And then I'm going to do a move 4, because I'm just going to try to keep up with the altar myself. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Okay. No, we do not have the initiative 6 anymore. We lost it. So yeah, we're definitely introducing some very real risk here. But we have the same choice next turn. It's fine. We can always kill it with the red guard next turn-ish. Maybe. Not necessarily, because I guess we can't beat all the fast initiatives from the boss, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, Voidwarden's up. I've been too tempted by the gold here. Oh, but it's Hatchet who's getting the gold. Wait, why do I care? Why would I care about that? If Hatchet's the one that gets to sell this item, it's not useful to me. Who cares about Hatchet having 1,000,000 gold? I don't even have enhancement dots to do anything with. There aren't items I can buy, or barely items I can buy, and there are no useful enhancement dots. So what is even the point of getting 37 gold or 38 gold on the Hatchet? Whatever. I guess it's the satisfaction of getting the chest. We'll call it that. All right, let's do the bottom of Resigned Frenzy. Just here, I suppose. No, because we're actually going to follow Hatchet, because we're not going to count on the wind anymore. So we're going to go to here. You're not doing pushes or pulls or anything. You're doing multi-target if you have wind, which you don't. Sure. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to there. Add wind to center. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to move the Hatchet too. Okay. And then I'm just going to immediately Stamina Potion back Signs of the Void. I don't... yeah, this goes after... I mean, I guess Hatchet will run away. I'll get whacked by this. Oh, but then this is going to go here, and I'm not going to be able to make it to help Hatchet next turn, so I actually do need to go Invis here as well. All right. Invis it is. Okay, so the Wind Demon goes. It has 4 movement and 3 range. 1, 2, and attacks the Red Guard. Red Guard actually does have 1 shield. We have the helmet. This is non-optional, so it was attacking at -1, so normally 3. Here it attacks for 2. We had 1 and 8 shield from the top that we did this turn, and 1 shield from the hide armor, so we take no damage. We also retaliate for 2 in melee range. Okay, so then here we're going to do the bottom of care package. 1, 2, 3 to here. So we'll have to go to there next turn, but we can do that, right? Yeah, with this, plus Signs of the Void, and then we go after, yep. All right, 1, 2, 3, and we create Earth. And we heal ourselves for 1, and lose the invis. Okay, and then no point in attacking anything. Should I be stamina potioning something back here? So next turn we can get the chest guaranteed at 23, 24, right? We do this and this. So these two together with this at 24 for 3 movement, and the other card doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Sure. All right, so we get the chest next turn, so we just have to make sure the red guard kills that. So the red guard just needs to go at 13 initiative and do 1 direct damage to get a guaranteed kill. Okay. Okay. All right, so first the altar jumps to here, and it's going to spawn an elite Night Demon. Put it here, here, put it here. Why not? Okay, then the Prime Demon moves to here, and attacks the Hatchet. Alright, we'll just pitch a card to this. See a repeat shot. No, see if... Yeah, sure, see a repeat shot. Oh, and I was actually off. Wind Demons are another exception to the Demon element pattern. Since both their shuffles generate an element, they have 2 producers. Yeah. Okay. Alright, alright. End of the round. So 23, 24. Short rest to get the direct damage back. I do have one other instance of direct damage, so that's fine. I don't know, maybe 12 initiative matters? Sure, let's just reroll. That's also just 1 direct damage, so sure. Okay. So go earliest possible initiative, do 1 direct damage to the altar with this, and that should do it. Alright. So we haven't gained the experience. What did we have to do? No one else exhausts. Yeah, that should be fine as well. Hopefully. Alright, Prime Demon's at 17, so that's fine. Okay, so Red Guard goes at 12. We do this top here, we gain 1 shield, and I don't have light or anything to, yeah. I'm not going to bother with the damage on this. This takes 1, and he's dead. So I guess that actually removes him from the map. Does he drop a coin? Boss special 2 is, oh, so they can go to 11. No, so 13, 12 and 13 were the same. Whew, I could have actually gotten burned here by the 11 then. I was trusting Total Legal there. I'd forgotten. I actually did think that there was 11, but then Total Legal said that, and I was like, oh, he's probably right. All right, so I guess that means that this altar... So what happens here if you kill the boss? Does the altar keep going? Or no, since the boss is dead? I should never had to consider this because it doesn't really matter, but I guess it sort of does. So what does it say over here? The Prime Demon altar share hit points. No, so the altar should be dead. So yeah, if the altars destroy, I mean, well, if their shared hit point pool went to 0, then they should just both be gone, I guess. Just as if any destroyed obstacle, and therefore it shouldn't be able to jump to the next room. Okay, so I think that's fine. Okay, so nothing happens at 17. I believe this is an correct interpretation. It ultimately doesn't really matter much. It's not like we can ever exhaust. Even the Red Guard takes some more hits, and the Red Guard's never going to exhaust either. I mean, technically could exhaust, I guess. No. Even with whatever comes in from this room, we have so much health. Okay, so the Voidwarden goes, we do a move 3 with the bottom of suggestion, and then Signs of the Void. So 1, 2, 3, and then at range 1, 2, 3, we let the Hatchet move 2. 1, 2. Okay. Then the Hatchet goes, and the Hatchet gets to perform a move 3 or move 2. It doesn't really matter, and we end on chest number 15. All right, so fair warning, everyone, we're going to be spoiling chest number 15. We managed to beat the scenario and get the chest, all thanks to Hatchet, basically. I mean, well, getting the chest was actually thanks to Voidwarden, but having so much margin to go be able to derp around like this to get the chest, or sorry, beating the scenario was thanks to, no, yeah, getting the chest was thanks to Voidwarden, but we were able to do such a derpy thing for 2 turns of going to get the chest because Hatchet, you know, what was it? 36 the boss? Yeah. All right, so last warning for chest number 15. We're going to spoil chest number 15. Not bad after a shaky start. Indeed. After that, the double card loss, I was feeling... That being said, even after the having to pitch 2 cards, I didn't feel that bad because I knew the 2 cards... I mean, if that had been the same thing to Hatchet, it would have been much riskier because I needed the full combo to hit the altar. But red card wasn't going to do a lot on the boss fight anyway since built for shield spikes. Still, we did get very lucky. Oops, that's... Can't use numbers to change states here. All right, state 2. Pendant of Dark Packs, item 45. Yep, that's what I thought it was. So this is an item we refuse to use, but we will grab it here. Let me quickly blow my nose. All right, back. Oh wait, are we using Jocelyn rules for opening chests where we can give this item to anyone? No, sadly not. I would love to be able to pass this gold to someone other than Hatchet. It feels very frustrating that it has to be Hatchet that gets all this gold. All right, so I'm going to spoil item 45. You've all sort of been warned. Let me just change the camera quickly. So this is going to be in this prosperity deck here. I'm sure most of you who've watched in digital have certainly already seen this, but it was a team effort. I agree. I would love if I could give this to the Voidwarden. She would really appreciate that money, whereas Hatchet, who has way too much money and doesn't appreciate it at all. Why can't I change where this is at? Why won't this move? We're doing whatever. Doesn't really matter. Battle and First can stay there. All right, so item 45 is getting spoiled now, which was our reward for the chest, which is the Pendant of Dark Packs, which is just an item that I just, you know. So this is 75 gold. During your turn, refresh 2 of your consumed items, gain curse. On the Voidwarden, obviously this would be insane. Ultimately, I wouldn't use this on any of my characters, though. This is one of the most broken items in Gloomhaven, and yeah, your Gloomhaven experience, I think, will generally be better if you don't bother with using this. Yeah. But, I mean, teach their own. You're certainly welcome to use it if you want to, but I will refuse to use this item because it's just too strong. It is just much too strong. Even Isaac just laughs when he talks about this item. I mean, when this item is brought up. So that kind of says all there is to say. I don't really need to play out the rest of their turns here. The Night Demon and the Wind Demon are both going to attack the Red Guard. I could literally just pitch 2 cards. It in no way impacts anything. Boom, boom. Both their attacks negated. It's insane on any character. Yes, exactly. That's the problem. That is the problem. Okay. So yeah, we pitch 2 cards. They're 2 attacks. It doesn't matter what they were. It in no way affects our battle goal, nor does it in any way affect anyone else's battle goals. All right. So we all 3 managed our battle goals here, which is great. And we successfully completed the scenario. Not a lot of experience, nor money gained, unfortunately. But here it is just enough. Well, I mean, a bunch of money gained on Hatchet, as usual. All right. So let's do this. So we're going to end round. Sure. Why is the battle interface just not working anymore? Is there a reason this is... that I just can't click on this stuff there anymore? If someone broken the game? Why? All right, well, hopefully pressing scenario end will be enough. So, scenario 1. No, that just won't go away anymore. Okay, cool. Cool. Mr. Vatagal strikes again, indeed. Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of rewards and everything. I'm going to take care of all that in a second. We're going to have a lot of stuff to do at the end here, so Hatchet looking OP, please nerf Sincerely the Scoundrel. Yeah, no kidding. Comparing a Scoundrel to Hatchet feels pretty bad for the Scoundrel, without a doubt. Hatchet's basically like comparable at looting to the Scoundrel, and then just like similar, if not better, damage dealer from range rather than melee, and not requiring melee allies. This comparison is really unfavorable to the Scoundrel, without a doubt. Hatchet is overpowered, just so everyone's clear. Hatchet's not like broken levels of overpowered. Just to kind of clarify this, Hatchet is the strongest Jaws Lion character by a significant margin, and Hatchet is too strong. I think basically this is indisputable. Even Well, I can't really say, but yeah. So Hatchet is too strong, but Hatchet's not like Bolt or Three Spears or Eclipse or Note or anything like that too strong. Hatchet's just a bit too strong. So not like broken, but a bit overpowered. I mean, like overpowered is fair, broken no. All right, so I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom real quick because I do need to pee quite badly, and then I can focus more easily on all this stuff. This is certainly, I guess I can just close that. All right, be right back. Oh, Hatchet looting OP. Gotcha. I thought you said it was looking OP, but yes. Also looting OP. Be right back. Hatchet's OP in Jaws Lion, but honestly, Shield Spikes has a higher ceiling in base Gloomhaven. I mean, that's true, but that's obviously like item dependent. But yeah, that's fair. All right, well, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. I have to remember that when you're complaining about his levels. Yeah, I mean, Hatchet level ups sort of suck, but doesn't make Hatchet not OP. All right, so let's grab all of our post scenario, our rewards, and then we can worry about all the stuff. So we gain global achievement, though rift neutralized. If artifact loss is complete, artifact recovered. I don't know if artifact lost. If the artifact was lost, I think it wasn't. So we go to add achievements, and we need to find the rift neutralized. There we go, which also gave us 50 gold each, +1 prosperity, and city event 78 to the deck. All right. +1 prosperity. We'll do the gold in a second. Let's get the city event. I'll hide this quickly. 78, since I got to search through here. Grab that out. It's 78. Yep. All right. Back. Yeah, that's why it's great to beat this demon, is getting all this gold. Beautiful. I guess I can just hide this now. All right. Okay, so 50 gold each. That's very welcome. So that puts us on the Voidwarden from 43 up to 93. Oh, we also leveled on the Voidwarden. Beautiful. So here to 150. Ooh, should it be an any element enhancement? Probably not. And here to 88. But we're going to actually be slightly above that. CGO. well, chat. I say CGO because I know you always know rule stuff. Is it rounded down or up? I always forget when we sell. So it's because 37.5 that we get to sell this for. So this would be 37 or 38. I never remember if it's rounded down or up. I want to say rounded down, but then at the same time, Isaac's always like, yeah, 2 is better for the player, so that makes me think rounded up. So rounded down, we'll assume, and we'll see. Down. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hey, you got your law. All right, so this goes up here, never to be touched again. 37. Yep. Okay, perfect. So 37 plus 88 puts us up to 125. Thank you very much, both of you. All right, we gained our check marks on everyone, so let's check them out. I think it was 2 check marks on the Voidwarden, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna get a lot of post stuff here. That's great. That is great. Feels good to take down a demon. Oh, it's because I locked that one. All right, there we go. Shuffle this just in case we forget next time. Alrighty, so what are our next things to do? We already gained our prosperity over there, so we're going to do some leveling and then some shopping and some perking. Alright, so first let's just do the perking over here. Since we don't have a level to gain over here, we can just quickly do this. So I think at this point, again, I'm 7 experience from wounding all the enemies all the time on the red guard. I think that is what we take it for, right? Yeah, wounding all the enemies all the time. So the wound modifier is just not very good in this party, so I'm going to go ahead and take the poison one. Poison we do have, but not with that great of a frequency, so I think this is worth it. Alright, so another +1, +0 out. And a +1 poison in. Alright, beautiful. And then here we don't have anything to gain. We could, we have enhancements to do. Well, we have enhancements to do in both these characters. Let's do the level ups first, though. All right, so here we gain 2 perks, actually. 1 from level up and 1 from check marks. So let's get rid of our -2 at this point. And I don't really care about either of these elements, especially now. Probably best just add a +3 at this point. I don't know. Chat, what do you all think? I think this is where I go from here, is a +3. Just rather a bunch of extra damage, especially because you attack so often with advantage. Having a high roll is really nice. I mean, I'm sure we do this. Replacing zeros is nice. I like to get the zeros out of my deck, but +1 elements are just, I mean, they're basically mostly just +1s for me. The elements come up pretty infrequently to matter. They do matter sometimes, especially because I'm about to get a level 4 that attacks and gives dark already, so the dark ones don't really matter. And yeah, again, so I'd probably take the ice before the dark, but I don't really want it that badly either, because there's just one card that uses it. And I think, yeah, I mean, I would definitely rather flip a +3 than a +1 heal ally. Even though I like these because we're replacing -1. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd always do this. Love flipping +3s. I prefer upgrading zeros in general, but I also use Taunting Fate for the bottom a lot more than you do. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I mean, I generally also prefer upgrading zeros. Obviously, feels great. That's why we're over there doing that on Hatchet right now. But I think in this case, oh wait, so we don't actually need to remove anything. We just get to put in a +3. I say +3, but yeah, hate +0s. Yeah, +0s suck. Although with the frequency with which we make advantage attacks, it's not the worst to have some +0s in our deck. Although we do have too many. We do need to start getting rid of those. I think we'll probably still do these next, just to get these stupid zeros out of our deck, but I definitely think I prefer putting this in first. Okay, so now we get to do a level 4 level up. And it's really a shame, because I just, at some point I want to do full poison build. I mean, we've already taken the things for it, like all the poison on all the allies. It seems like such a fun build to do on this class, but it's such a shame that that this, like, remove -2. Oh yeah, there was remove -2. Yep, good catch. I forgot that we'd done 2 things. I got so busy talking about the last thing there. Yeah, good catch. Thank you. All right, beautiful. That's good. I also dropped a few more losses than you do, so I was actually flipping them on deck. I mean, sometimes in the last scenario we used Resign Frenzy top a reasonable, I would say 1 out of every 2 scenarios for sure. All right. So like I said, I would love to be able to get this ability actually, because it works so well with like a later card that works with poison, and I don't know. I think the poisoning stuff seems really fun. But and this is the problem for me is that you have this, and the next level you have a choice. I mean, a non-choice basically, and then after that you can't have this, and then the next. I mean, it's just so unfortunate that this is at this level. If this ability were at level 3 instead of level 4, it could have been so nice. But it just had to be up against a card you can just never not take on this class. Like you just have to take this card. Like obviously, it gives you dark, which you don't want all the time, but you use a fair amount. Also, just being a random element for Master Influence is incredible. It uses your modifier deck, which is really nice because your modifier deck becomes quite decent. And obviously, an attack 4 range 3 curse just is a consistent way to deal damage in situations where you can't always use your gifted attacks. Yeah, I know. This especially is really brutal to me because I want so badly to use this, but yeah, it also does finally give me a decent enhancement. That's true. All right, well, anyway, as much as I want so badly to take Savage Instinct for this bottom, we just simply can't. I mean, I think that there can be some arguments for people like taking this to take the other level 3 that we didn't take, etc. I mean, well, never commanding presence. Sorry, to take. I guess there's kind of never a choice to. I don't know. I suppose the move 4. Yeah, there's a build where you can make this work. There's a build where you can make this work, and I can understand why people take this to take the other level 3. I mean, the level 3 that we took to use the ice. Like, I think there are arguments at least for these things. I think for level 4, there's just no argument, unfortunately. This is just a card you have to take on this class. It's just a non-choice, which is a shame, but it is. It is the case. All right, cool. So we got that. Also, CJ, we already had one decent enhancement dot, right? Wicked Scratch is a really solid enhancement dot, but yeah, it finally gives us a decent second enhancement dot. Sorry, let me just respond to my brother. Okay, so where are we? Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. All right, so now we're on to purchasing and enhancing. So let's do some purchasing first, and we'll do the enhancing last. So here we have 93 gold. So I know what I'm doing with some of that. Oh crap! All right, let's run a city event quickly because we could get reputation. We could actually lose reputation as well, but I believe. All right. Well, and there we go. Beautiful. I'm not sure if it'll actually have made a difference. It didn't. Damn it. Well, whatever. We gained a reputation. All right. So yeah, this costs us 50 gold, which is really 49. So instead of going down to 43, we go to 44, and we get to buy the Ring of Skulls, which just gives us an ally on demand, which seems pretty fun. Also, the HP for this ally is pretty interesting. This having 3 HP is actually very significant for. It's funny because it's almost as if this item has suddenly become better than the alternative just for this class, right? Having 3 health is actually very significant for Gift of the Void. This allows us to summon this whenever we want to and immediately use Gift of the Void to turn our skeleton into a skeleton archer. Because obviously, but going from 3 to 1 still allows it to attack, and in truth, it being at 3 or 1 health doesn't really change much, right? Because it's almost always dying in 1 hit. Also, we can just summon it to do Wicked Scratch. Having a summon item seems very good on this class, and there aren't a lot of items that we really want. Yes, that's true. It does. As far as you know. Nah, I'm teasing. Or am I? All right. So Ring of Skulls, pretty easy purchase. What else do we have? Okay. Sorry about that. Just my brother still. Scroll of Power. No, we can't get more small items. Well, we can if we buy the Cloak of Pockets. I don't know. Sometimes the Cloak of Invisibility has been good, other times not so much. I mean, I guess we shouldn't be swapping out items just yet until we have. God damn it! All right, just I really don't want to have to put notifications on. I'm sorry. I apologize for notifications. Normally, people shouldn't be repeatedly messaging me after they've been given an answer to something. All right. Anywho, what else we can get is a weighted net. Since we're not using anything in the hand slots, and I don't know that there's another hand slot item that we would want anytime soon. And now that we have the last journey, the weighted net actually works. This gives us a way. This gives us a top CC with an attack, which is pretty nice. Weighted Net's also just a great item. It's very cost effective, so we'll go ahead and grab that. I know it's like I never really understand. This is supposed to be the second hand, but it's also two-handed. But it seems weird to have the gap there. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't. I don't know. 19 gold. There we go. So now we have 25 gold left. So we have just a head item to buy. Yeah, I mean, for that, I think we'll go ahead and wait. I mean, again, we refuse to use this. Item is stupid. So I think for that, we'll just go ahead and wait to get the Empowering Talisman. I think that makes the most sense. I certainly could just be wearing an Iron Helmet. If this were base Gloomhaven Iron Helmet, I actually would be wearing an Iron Helmet, which is also a good lesson about why the Iron Helmet should cost 20 gold instead of 10. I probably would have just bought an Iron Helmet because it costs 9 gold and just keep it, and not bother switching out helms. But here, for a 20 gold Iron Helmet, I don't think it's worth buying it, and I would rather just wait and get the Empowering Talisman, which probably makes the most sense for that slot. And we can save some money for enhancements at some point as well. All right, so here we have a hand slot open now. The battle axe just sort of sucks for us. I mean, does it even work with that? Can you even battle axe the disarm thing? Yeah, it is a melee attack. Yeah, we could. So we just would lose the change target. So that would still work. We don't really have another good big attack. Battle axe sort of sucks on this class. There's some other items I would love. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, like, I could have a poison dagger. Nah, I don't think that's worth the money. I think I like the shield. I mean, I could be using weighted net as well. It's just how good weighted net is. No, I think we're fine here. Unless there's something I'm not thinking of, but I don't think there is. I don't like. I really don't feel like the battle axe is worth it, and I don't know that there's anything else that I'm missing. All right, but what we are going to do here is our enhancement now. So we're going to put a fire enhancement on. Where are you? This. It's got to be that, right? Well, it can be here as well. But this doesn't make as much sense because this is a fire spender. I mean, this would allow us theoretically to chain like fire into fire. All right, well, let's see. Yeah, it's always one of these two. I think this one makes sense. I mean, it's sort of awkward, and I'll explain why, if we put it on this as well, because oftentimes we're going to use this bottom with this top specifically. Like, this combo generally lends itself to work together, because pulling an enemy close and then not letting them run away. There's really nowhere else that the fire could go. No. I mean, it could go here, which again could give us both elements, which would then make this a little bit more interesting. But the biggest reason we're getting this fire is to be able to do Burn Away the Dark, this card. To be able to do this and Strangle and Chain consistently is the reason we want the fire. No, I understand why putting it on Shocking Advance, but Shocking Advance is just not a card that I'm going to keep. I'd rather be able to cut this card. These are both cards that I'm going to keep. I understand this is different for you because you have a reason for caring about light. We really don't care about light. At least, again, maybe at level 6 or higher. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, having light helps you a lot more than it helps me. There are none of these cards, like none of the cards that I bring really care about having light. This is for a top, so I don't really care. The only card that actually cares about having light is for shield is this. So yeah, I don't really like it there. This is tough. I mean, this feels kind of unintuitive to put it here because, but again, then we could create fire. I mean, in reality, while it seems unintuitive, it's it's maybe still better because so often we're using these two together, and then next turn I could still use this and recreate fire. Yeah, I mean, we've got the jump boots, so I don't really need jump on Flame Shroud. It is tempting because that is a good enhancement, but at this point, I don't have another option of boots that I would want to switch for. I'm not sure that I will anytime soon. We just hit Prosperity 2. We're not very far into it. So, and I mean, if there was a third pair of boots not boots of striding, of weathered boots or whatever, I would certainly be tempted to do that because obviously having the plus movement boots is really nice, but yeah. All right, I think I'm going to put the fire here. I'm not actually sure which one of these should have it, though. But again, I think the fact that I do this combo so frequently means that fire here might end up being redundant. It's tough to say. It's tough to say either way. I think it's a reasonable place to enhance. Both are reasonable places to enhance. Again, it's weird to put a fire consumer with a fire spender, fire producer with a fire consumer, but it also works. And we don't always. I mean, it's not that often we consume fire here. And again, if my biggest reason for enhancing fire is for Burn Away the Dark and Strangle and Chain, then I don't really care that much about not like the fire here making it harder to use this. Yeah, it's also possible that Flame Shroud will stick around longer. That's another fair argument. All right, so we do that enhancement, which puts us down to 50 gold. And we can do another enhancement now. Does Burn Away the Dark have a dot? I hope it doesn't. All right, it does not. Good, they have learned. They have learned. So what else could we do? I mean, probably not anything right now. Yeah, I mean, I think the next thing we're looking at is just increasing a shield value. I think we just probably want to start buffing up our shield values at this point. I think we just needed the one fire enhancement, and now we can start increasing shield values. That makes the most sense. I don't think I want like a +1 attack somewhere. Doesn't seem great. We could look to put a wound here, but again, we're going to put wound everywhere. I mean, we're going to be applying wound to all the enemies anyway. Yeah. Cheeky strengthen on swift strength. Oh no, that dot exists. Oh, they did. They did the thing. Damn it. All right. It's also cool because now you can spend fire on that and still create fire for the next one. Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't doing that stop you being able to consume fire with a skill? Move, gen fire, and cannot consume element that made in your own turn because it would go in order. No, so Tarusk, when you produce fire, it's actually produced at the end of your turn. So fire that you use during your turn doesn't in any way interact with the fire produced on your skills during that turn. So I always just shorthand it, like I play the ability and then I immediately put the element up, but this is really just for... This is a mental, like a shorthand to not forget, but no. This doesn't have anything to do with this. Whenever you create elements, they're created at the end of your turn, and elements which you use for your abilities are elements that are already there. So if I create fire, there's actually still the old fire that I use. So it doesn't in any way interact with the bottom. Okay, we've played it as coming in the ability flows. That makes things far easier. Yeah, that would be really frustrating for some classes if you had to do it that way. But no, you can still use the old element and make the new element. All right, so I won't do the strength in here. I think CGO might be right that shield might even just be better for the shield spikes build. And even if it's not, it's also just a matter of principle at this point. Yeah. So let's just... I mean, I'm not even sure how good Strengthen is with the Shield Spikes build. We spent a lot of our turns just playing shield actions. I mean, it will be good with Burn Away the Dark. I wonder how much damage it actually adds. Well, that's a math question for another time. I won't do all this on the VOD, so... I'll take a look and see how much, like, with my current modifier deck, or with, like, one more checkmark, one more level modifier deck, I would actually increase my damage with the Strengthen here. Because we will hit a lot of targets with Burn Away the Dark, so we'll see. But on an attack 1, I mean, crits and stuff like that don't matter that much, and we do get a fair number of blesses from the Voidwarden, so it's tough to say. We'll take a look at it and figure it out. We can potentially do it at the beginning of next time if we need to do the strength enhancement. Otherwise, we'll just probably look to save for +1 shield enhancements. We also played it like that, but it generated really awkward situations since you couldn't consume the element after you generate it. Yeah, that is definitely not how you should play it. That would be very awkward. I'm sure you've all seen me at some point, but maybe you haven't watched or you didn't notice. But I would say, like, all right, I create dark and I'll use the old dark for something. You know, a lot of turns on the Voidwarden, for example, I've done exactly that. I've said, like, I would create dark with an ability and then I would move and consume the dark with another ability, and that would be the old dark, not the new dark. Sorry, grammar is important. I meant to say correct at the end. No, don't worry about it. At the end of turn method will make things much easier. I'm glad. Okay. So that's it from me then. Well, let's cut the VOD. Well, all right. So thank you to everyone who watched in the VOD. I hope you enjoyed. This was definitely a much better showing this week than the previous week. At least we managed to win a couple scenarios this time. After losing 3 in a row, it feels pretty good to win again. The taste of victory. I don't think... Oh, no, we're not done. We're not done. We got 125 gold. No. Well, all right, we'll leave that as a preview for next time, actually. Yeah, we've gone for a while here without playing anything, and I think that probably gets a little bit boring at some point, so that's fair. We'll stop here, and we'll look at Hatchet enhancements for next time. So, VOD people, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back again next week.